Let's be real, you've heard about eXp Realty and you've probably heard the rumors too. It's a pyramid scheme, only people at the top make money, people don't actually sell homes there. But I'll be honest, I thought the same exact thing and I ignored eXp the first few times I heard about it. I thought, this is just another gimmick and it's not for me. Once I actually took the time to understand the model and to see what was really happening, my entire perspective changed. And that's what I want to share with you today. The real reason why I joined eXp and what it actually is like being a part of the Wolfpack here and why this model is different from anything else in real estate. So stick with me because by the end of this video, you'll understand why agents are making the move and why I believe that this could be the single biggest decision you ever make in your real estate career. And listen, if you are considering joining eXp, click the link in the description and book a private Zoom call with me so I can walk you through what our record-breaking group is doing differently than anybody else and how you can achieve your goals here with us at the Wolfpack. So when I first heard about eXp, I brushed it off. I was, comfortable where I was at. I thought I had the training and the tools that I needed. And honestly, I didn't want to be, that guy pitching another brokerage. That type that's like always chasing agents trying to sell them on something. You know who I'm talking about. But then I started seeing agents I respected, people who were actually producing, people I knew like that weren't gullible. They were thriving at eXp, and that made me really curious. So I finally said, all right, let me actually take it seriously and then go take a look. And once I dug into the numbers and the structure, I realized this wasn't just hype. This was like a completely different model. And so here's like the traditional model that most of us know. It's like you split commission with the brokerage. They give you some training, maybe some tools, and then you're on your own. And here's the kicker. The longer you're there, the more you pay them. Think about that. Your loyalty doesn't build anything. You keep feeding their machine. Now, here's eXp's. Not only do you keep more of your commission, you also get stock ownership. You actually own part of that company. Revenue share. You build long-term income by helping other agents succeed. Tell me you don't want to succeed or learn from the best in the business. Cloud-based tools and training so you're not stuck, in that brick and mortar office paying for overhead you don't even use. Because let's face it, 1%, the 1%ers that actually close most of the deals, they're never in the office because they're out closing most of the deals. So you can literally have them in your back pocket at eXp. And the crazy part, the training isn't outdated. It's current, taught by the top agents who are producing right now today. And when I saw this, it all hit me. This wasn't just like another brokerage. It was a chance to actually build something, to create leverage instead of just trading hours for dollars. But now let's talk about the Wolfpack because this is where it gets exponentially better. When you join eXp, your experience depends a lot on, who you partner with. Not so much anymore with co-sponsorship, which we can get into later. Leave a comment down below and I can, show you how the whole company now collaborates. But it's all about, more or less who you partner with in this business. And the Wolfpack, it's different. Here's what you get inside the Wolfpack on top of what eXp offers. You get weekly coaching calls with agents who are crushing it on YouTube. Agents like Suman Kim, go check out his interview on my channel. Agents like Noah Ward about TikTok and Instagram and, all these people that you can just align with and crush it. It's a plug and play system for branding, for marketing, and AI tools that all help you stand out. A community of, ambitious, growth-minded agents who actually support each other day in and day out and are available to each other all the time. I'll be honest, I didn't just join eXp. I joined the Wolfpack, and that's the best decision I've ever made in real estate, period. Because here's the truth. You can find any brokerage and still feel like you're, on an island. But with the Wolfpack, you're never alone. It's like we're plugged into a network that wants to help you win and wants to see you succeed. And that's the big deal. let's deal with the myths that you've probably heard and I heard as well. So myth number one is it's a pyramid scheme. No, it's revenue share. It's the same thing Fortune 500 companies do. The only difference is instead of the money going to all the executives, it goes back to the agents who are actually helping the company grow. So myth number two that I heard, that you probably have heard, is nobody makes any money. Wrong. Agents are making more money because they have multiple streams of income, not just commission checks. They get stock, they get revenue share, they get all their cap back in company stock. Like, it's so deep. Myth number three is it's only for recruiters, and that's also false. The majority of agents at eXp are focused on production alone. But the smart ones who realize, why not build a long-term income while I'm selling houses so I do have an exit strategy? Hello, light bulb moment. But here's the truth. eXp isn't about recruiting. It's about opportunity. You can choose to just sell houses, or you can choose to build out a team or your future. The choice is yours, unlike everywhere else. Let me share one last story. I know an agent who was barely making it at her old brokerage, and she was grinding every day, barely covering her expenses. She joined eXp and plugged into the Wolfpack systems that we have here. And within 6 months, she had clarity, accountability, and momentum. And she turned more in 1 quarter than she did the entire year. And here's the best part. Now she's not just making commissions, she's building long-term income that keeps paying her time and time again. So why did I join eXp in the Wolfpack? Because I realized I didn't just want to sell houses. I wanted to build something bigger, a legacy for my family that can carry on and be, much larger than just selling simple houses. I wanted freedom, leverage, and a community. And that's exactly what I found here with the Wolfpack and eXp. So if you've been curious about eXp, if you've heard the rumors but you want the truth, this is it. If you're considering joining eXp, click the link in the description to book a private Zoom call so I can walk you through what our record-breaking group is doing differently than the rest, and how you can achieve your goals with what we do in my direct support, one-on-one mentorship, coaching, AI, guerrilla marketing, all the things. Comment down below if you need help, and also book that call and we'll go over your goals. Thanks for watching.